Chrisean Rock has once again ignited social media, but this time, the backlash feels heavier, darker, and far more disturbing. The newest episode of Baddies has sparked outrage after scenes aired that viewers are calling blatant signs of neglect and mistreatment toward her infant son. Chrisean Jr., what was supposed to be another dose of chaotic reality TV, quickly spiraled into something far more alarming. Clips from the episode are spreading like wildfire online, and the internet's reaction has been swift and furious. Commentators are calling it heartbreaking, fans are demanding accountability, and many are saying this has crossed a line no show should ever allow. In the footage, Chrisean is seen handling her baby in ways that viewers describe as careless, ignoring his cries, treating him like a prop in her on-screen feuds, and using his presence to fuel conflict rather than protect him from it. What's unfolding now isn't just celebrity drama, it's a cultural flashpoint, with people questioning how such scenes ever made it to air. For many, the message is clear. This isn't entertainment anymore. It's a wake-up call, one that's left audiences shaken and demanding intervention before something irreversible happens. The internet is in full-blown crisis mode after the latest Baddies episode featuring Chrisean Rock pushed outrage to unprecedented levels. The hashtag #ProtectChrisean Jr. is flooding social media feeds as fans, influencers, and even parenting advocates demand immediate action, calling the footage a cry for help and not entertainment, an emergency. What was meant to be reality TV has now turned into a national debate about child welfare and media ethics. According to reports, insiders at the network allegedly warned producers that the footage was disturbing and potentially harmful. Yet, instead of cutting it, executives chose to air the episode, turning what should have been a private parenting struggle into a public spectacle for clicks, ratings, and profit. That decision is now haunting them, as leaked screenshots suggest calls to child protective services skyrocketed the night the episode aired. Viewers across the country reportedly flooded hotlines, saying they couldn't sit back and watch a baby be mistreated on camera. The controversy reached new heights when Chrisean herself went live shortly after the episode aired, angry, unapologetic, and defiant. Instead of addressing fans' concerns, she brushed them off, shouting, "My baby's fine. Y'all weird for calling CPS. Mind your business." But that live stream only fanned the flames. The comments section erupted with outrage. "This is our business when a child's in danger," and "You don't deserve that baby." Social media is united in one chilling sentiment. This is no longer drama, it's potential endangerment. Fans claim they watched Chrisean handle her son carelessly on screen, ignoring his cries, passing him around mid-argument, and using his presence as a prop in her battles with other cast members. Viewers say it felt less like TV and more like a public unraveling in real time. Behind the chaos, a darker accusation looms: exploitation. Insiders allege that Baddies producers were fully aware of how damaging the footage would be, but chose to air it anyway, sacrificing a child's dignity for virality. The show's anything for ratings approach is now facing widespread condemnation, with many calling for network accountability. For longtime followers of Chrisean Rock, this feels like a tragic culmination of years of spiraling behavior. Ever since her turbulent relationship with Blueface, her public image has been defined by conflict, tears, and volatility. She's built an entire brand around chaos, live-streamed breakdowns, violent altercations, and explosive emotional moments that blurred the line between entertainment and exploitation. When she announced her pregnancy, fans hoped motherhood might offer a sense of grounding, a chance for healing and growth. But that hope quickly faded. Instead of drawing boundaries between her personal life and the cameras, Chrisean merged the two completely. Her baby became part of the content, appearing in live streams, photo ops, and now, devastatingly, the very drama that's putting her under public scrutiny. Chrisean Rock's baby once again found himself dragged into the chaos that has long defined his mother's public persona. This wasn't the first time fans had sounded the alarm, either. Months before the explosive Baddies episode, Chrisean went live during a heated argument with critics, holding her son in front of the camera as she shouted at viewers. Fans flooded the comments, pleading with her to end the stream and focus on her child, but Chrisean only grew more defiant. That single moment birthed the hashtag Protect Chrisean Jr. long before the latest controversy ever hit the screen. And then there was Jaden Alexis, Blueface's other baby mama and Chrisean's long-standing rival, who had been warning anyone who would listen. For years, Jaden called Chrisean reckless, accusing her of caring more about fame than family, more about social media than motherhood. At the time, most people brushed her off as jealous and bitter. But after this new Baddies episode aired, her words started to sound less like shade and more like prophecy. The episode itself crossed a line that no one expected. Viewers claimed they watched Chrisean ignore her baby's cries, pull him into heated altercations, and handle him carelessly, treating him less like a child and more like part of her reality TV persona. The footage was so jarring that social media exploded within minutes. Fans didn't just post reactions, they called CPS, convinced that what they had witnessed on screen wasn't just bad parenting, but outright endangerment. Whether those reports were verified or not didn't matter. The damage was already done. The internet had collectively decided this wasn't drama, it was abuse. And the most damning part? Producers allegedly knew what they were airing. Multiple insiders have since claimed that staff warned executives that the footage was too disturbing to release. But according to leaks, the Zeus network decided to move forward anyway, chasing outrage and ratings over decency. The gamble worked, at least in numbers. The episode racked up massive views and dominated social media trends. But the backlash was immediate and brutal. The same audience that once praised Chrisean for being raw and real now called her out as dangerous, unstable, and unfit. Even her most loyal supporters struggled to defend what they saw. And when Chrisean finally broke her silence, instead of calming the storm, she poured gasoline on it. Her defensive outbursts and dismissive attitude only fueled the outrage, solidifying what many fans had already begun to believe. This wasn't a misunderstood celebrity moment. This was a breaking point. What could have been a turning point for Chrisean Rock instead unraveled into a public implosion. Rather than reflecting or offering remorse, she grabbed her phone and went live. Eyes blazing, voice sharp, snapping. "Y'all weird. My baby's fine. Mind your business." But this time, the internet didn't shrug it off. The comments came like a tidal wave. "It is our business when a child's in danger." You just proved everyone right. What had once been dismissed as chaotic entertainment now felt like a genuine emergency. For years, Chrisean's volatility was her brand, her unpredictability, her outbursts, her messy authenticity. Fans laughed, argued, and tuned in for more. But when that chaos began to spill over onto her baby, the tone shifted. The spectacle stopped being funny. It became frightening. This wasn't just another reality TV meltdown. It was a flashing red light, a moment that made people wonder what happens when the cameras aren't rolling. The episode that ignited the outrage started like every other Baddies installment. Yelling, glass breaking, chaos choreographed for the camera. But the second Chrisean appeared cradling baby Junior, the energy changed. The tension wasn't entertainment anymore. It was distress. In one gutting scene, she screamed across the room while holding her crying infant, his wails piercing through the noise. Still, the cameras kept rolling. One viewer summed it up online. "This isn't drama. This is a baby crying for help." Another added, "We wanted TV, not a CPS case." Later, she was shown setting the baby down as another fight erupted nearby. Crew members whispered uneasily, "This doesn't look right." Yet no one stepped in. The producers filmed it. The editors kept it. The network aired it. The backlash hit instantly. Hashtags like #ProtectJunior, #CPS911, and #CancelBaddies trended for days. TikTok filled with emotional reactions. Mothers crying on camera, viewers saying they had to turn the episode off. One clip of the baby's sobs captioned, "This isn't content, it's neglect," racked up millions of views overnight. Then came the leak that changed everything, an alleged behind-the-scenes audio where a voice, reportedly a producer's, said, "Don't cut. This is what people want." Another responded, "But the baby's crying. This could get us in trouble." The first voice shot back coldly. Trouble gets ratings. Keep rolling. That recording detonated the controversy. The outrage expanded beyond Chrisean to Zeus Network itself, accused of turning a child's suffering into profit. This isn't reality TV. It's exploitation. One viral tweet read, "What was once marketed as uncut authenticity now looked like moral collapse caught on film." Suddenly, the conversation shifted from Chrisean's behavior to the ethics of an entire industry. The leak suggested that producers weren't passive observers, but active enablers, fueling chaos for clicks. And for a moment, it worked. Baddies became the most talked about show online. But the cost was staggering. As whispers spread that CPS had been contacted mid-broadcast, screenshots of alleged hotline reports flooded social media. Whether verified or not, the rumor alone sent the internet into panic. The spectacle had crossed into something darker, no longer fandom drama but a potential legal and ethical emergency. Yet instead of calming the storm, Chrisean's reaction only intensified it. She went live again, crying and furious. "Y'all weird for calling CPS. My baby's fine. This my son. Y'all not taking him." But her defiance only inflamed the backlash. Commenters filled her feed with hard truths. "We saw it with our own eyes. This isn't about hate. It's about help." The chaos that once made her famous was now consuming her, and this time, the world wasn't entertained. It was scared. Before the uproar could cool down, Jaden Alexis, Blueface other child's mother and Chrisean Rock's infamous rival, threw herself straight into the chaos. She went live for nearly 30 minutes, voice shaking with rage as she declared, "I've been telling y'all, she don't deserve that baby. This is what happens when you chase clout instead of caring for your kid." Within minutes, clips of her rant were everywhere. The internet split in two. Team Chrisean cried jealousy, while Team Jaden crowned her a truth-teller finally being vindicated. Social media turned into a battlefield. Hashtags like #ProtectJunior, #ShutDownZeus, and #ChriseanCPS dominated every trending list. On TikTok, creators transformed into digital detectives, dissecting the episode frame by frame, analyzing every gesture, every tear, every moment Chrisean appeared to ignore her crying child. One emotional mother's reaction video, sobbing as she called it, trauma disguised as TV, racked up 10 million views in a single day. The conversation had outgrown fandom. It was now a nationwide reckoning. Soon, Hollywood couldn't ignore it. A Grammy-winning R&B singer tweeted, "This ain't entertainment. Save that baby before something tragic happens." A former reality star condemned Zeus Network directly. They knew exactly what they were doing. Cancel this show. Even rappers, usually silent on mom drama, posted cryptic messages and snake emojis, clearly aimed at Chrisean. Suddenly, this wasn't just internet outrage, it was an industry-wide crisis. Entertainment outlets exploded with headlines. Hollywood turns on Chrisean Rock. Zeus Network under fire for exploiting a baby. Then came the revelation that changed everything. An anonymous account leaked what it claimed were internal Zeus emails, messages allegedly showing producers expected the backlash before the episode even aired. If true, it meant this wasn't a case of reality TV gone wrong, it was a manufactured disaster. The network had allegedly planned to profit from outrage. One chilling line from the leaked emails spread like wildfire. "Don't cut it, this'll trend. CPS calls mean higher ratings. The chaos is the content." That sentence shattered whatever illusion of ethics the industry had left. Within hours, the conversation shifted from Chrisean's parenting to Zeus's morality. The public accused the network of turning child neglect into spectacle. Petitions demanding federal investigation amassed hundreds of thousands of signatures in a matter of days. One viral tweet summarized the outrage perfectly. "This isn't reality TV, it's exploitation in 4K. Then came the breaking point. Fans began accusing Zeus, not only of exploiting Chrisean, but of exploiting her baby. Rumors swirled that Child Protective Services had performed a wellness check at her home following the broadcast. No official confirmation surfaced, but the internet didn't need one. Timelines flooded with posts reading, "Finally, If CPS doesn't act now, that child won't survive this circus. As the noise reached its peak, Chrisean did what she always does. She went live. Eyes puffy, voice cracking, she shouted into the camera, "Ain't nobody taking my baby. My son's fine. Y'all jealous. Y'all weird for calling CPS." But her outburst backfired. The comments were ruthless. "This isn't about you, it's about your child. If he's fine, why does every clip look like neglect?" And then, just when the internet thought it had seen it all, Jaden struck again. She posted a cryptic Instagram story, a blurred image that looked like video footage with the caption, "If you thought that episode was bad, wait till I drop this. I'm done staying quiet." The internet froze. Was she bluffing or about to detonate the final bomb? Fans split once more. Team Jaden urged her to release the evidence, hailing her as a whistleblower exposing the truth. Team Chrisean accused her of weaponizing a child to score points. Blogs churned out breathless headlines. Jaden teases explosive receipts. Could this end Chrisean's custody? Then came the next shockwave, an alleged leaked audio of Blueface himself. In it, a voice eerily similar to his said, "I told her stop putting that baby on camera. She don't listen. Now, everybody watching, it's over." Whether real or fake, it sent the internet into meltdown. Even the man who once built his career on chaos seemed to be backing away from the flames. And hanging over it all was the looming threat of Jaden's receipts. Everyone knew they were coming. The only question was when. Because if her footage was real, if CPS truly was watching, and if Zeus had more disturbing scenes locked away, this saga wasn't about ratings anymore. It was about custody, about consequence, about how far entertainment can go before it becomes a cry for help. TikTok erupted with emotional reactions as creators cried on camera, questioning how any network could air something so disturbing, with one viral clip gaining over 15 million views asking, "Why are we watching a baby being traumatized for ratings?" The outrage quickly spread beyond fans. Summer Walker demanded the baby be taken off TV. Cardi B liked to post slamming Zeus as exploitative and evil, and Nicki Minaj shaded the situation on Queen Radio, saying, "Some of y'all think having a baby is an accessory, until CPS knocking on your door." Former Baddies cast members joined in, exposing the producer's lack of care, while blogs and podcasts ran with damning headlines like "From reality star to risky motherhood" and "Zeus faces boycott after baby neglect episode." Even mainstream outlets framed the scandal as a wake-up call about fame, motherhood, and the cost of clout. Behind the scenes, brands began pulling out, influencers distanced themselves, and castmates quietly unfollowed Chrisean as the backlash intensified. Yet not everyone turned on her. Supporters argued she was a single mom doing her best under constant scrutiny, insisting people would judge her no matter what she did. But to others, this was vindication for Jaden Alexis, whose past warnings, "That baby is not an accessory," resurfaced and went viral, transforming her from bitter rival to whistleblower in what many are now calling the most shocking reality TV scandal of the year. The tension reached a boiling point when Jaden teased her so-called receipts, sending the internet into a frenzy. Her comments section flooded with demands like, "Drop it," and "Expose her already," while others pleaded, "Don't drag the baby into this mess." Whether people wanted justice or peace, everyone was glued to their screens, waiting for her next move. Then came a chilling twist. Gossip blogs began reporting that CPS had allegedly performed a wellness check at Chrisean's home. No one could confirm it, but that didn't stop the rumor from spreading like wildfire. Memes of CPS agents knocking on her door went viral, and tweets declaring, "Finally, someone stepped in," flooded timelines. For many, the whispers felt like proof that this had crossed from chaos into crisis. Meanwhile, Zeus remained eerily quiet. No apology, no statement, not even a disclaimer, just new promos for the next episode. Fans saw it for what it was: exploitation disguised as entertainment. One viral TikTok summed it up perfectly. "Zeus is playing chess with a baby's life, and y'all are watching." The outrage had outgrown Chrisean. It was now a full-blown cultural reckoning, forcing people to confront how far reality TV will go for clicks and what happens when motherhood becomes a storyline instead of a responsibility. Yet the loudest, most haunting question lingered in the air. What exactly was in the footage Jaden claimed to have? Because if what aired already had fans calling 911 in disbelief, whatever came next might be even darker. When Jaden finally dropped the so-called proof, the internet imploded. Her Instagram story featured a short, grainy clip filmed backstage during Baddies, just 8 seconds long, but enough to shatter the illusion. In the video, Chrisean could be seen pacing with baby Junior crying in her arms, his wails piercing through the chaos. Instead of soothing him, she was shouting at someone off camera, "Don't tell me how to raise my son. He fine." Her movements were harsh, her tone frantic, and just before the clip ended, a crew member's uneasy voice cut in. "This don't look good." Within minutes, the footage had spread across every corner of the internet. Hashtags like #SaveChrisean and #UnfitMother trended worldwide. TikToks dissected the clip frame by frame, analyzing her tone, her body language, the baby's cries, everything. Then, as if that weren't enough, Jaden posted again, this time leaking a voice note allegedly from Blueface. His voice was unmistakable. "I told her to stop. I told her keep the baby off camera. She don't listen. Now, look what's happening. I can't cover for her no more." For once, even Blueface seemed to be distancing himself, confirming what critics had warned all along, that the chaos had consumed Chrisean and that the child was paying the price. The internet erupted. Headlines screamed across blogs. Jaden exposes Chrisean with disturbing footage. Blueface turns on Chrisean. CPS rumors intensify. A petition demanding a formal investigation exploded past 500,000 signatures overnight. Users even shared screenshots of alleged CPS hotline reports captioned, "This time, they can't ignore it." Chrisean's response only deepened the crisis. She went live, tear-streaked, pacing, panicked, crying out, "Y'all trying to take my baby from me? I love my son. He with me every second of every day." But instead of sympathy, the internet turned colder. Comments flooded in. "This isn't love, it's obsession," and "You're proving you're unstable." Then came the moment that froze everyone, her voice cracking as she said, "If they try to take him from me, y'all gonna see me lose my mind." Within seconds, that single line became viral shorthand for a public meltdown. Some called it a cry for help, others a warning. By morning, the rumor mill was roaring again, claims that CPS had visited her home, neighbors allegedly spotting official cars outside. No proof surfaced, but truth hardly mattered anymore. The narrative had a life of its own. And then, just as the frenzy began to settle, Jaden struck again. A black screen. White text. "That wasn't even the worst of it. I've got more. When y'all see it, everything changes." The post sent a shiver across social media. What could possibly be worse? More footage? Evidence that could end Chrisean's career? Or her custody? The internet held its breath. Because if what Jaden had left was darker than what she'd already revealed, this had stopped being drama. It had become a reckoning. It's the kind of revelation that could turn Chrisean Rock's life from viral spectacle to public tragedy, a mother facing the unthinkable loss of her child under the world's gaze. The internet is collectively holding its breath, bracing for whatever comes next. What began as just another chaotic Baddies episode has spiraled into one of the darkest scandals in reality television history. We've seen the clips. We've heard the baby's cries. We've listened to the leaked audio that no one can unhear. And now, with Jaden Alexis teasing that even more disturbing footage exists, the question isn't whether Chrisean crossed a line. It's how far this will go before someone steps in. But this moment is bigger than celebrity drama. It's become a cultural flashpoint about motherhood, fame, and how far reality TV can push the boundaries of decency before it turns into exploitation.
So, what do you think?
Is Chrisean a young mother unfairly vilified by an unforgiving internet? Or is she unraveling before our eyes, putting her child at risk? Is Jaden trying to protect that baby? Or is she using him as ammunition in a personal war? And what about Zeus Network? Are they simply showing raw reality? Or are they complicit in turning a child's suffering into clickbait? This isn't just gossip, It's a moral emergency playing out in real time. The story is evolving faster than anyone can keep up, with CPS rumors intensifying and Jaden promising more receipts. Chrisean, meanwhile, refuses to back down. One thing's certain: the next chapter will be explosive. The biggest twist? It hasn't even dropped yet.